All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the gang is all back for the New York Yankees as they announced yesterday that Aaron Boone will be returning as the manager for the 2022 MLB season. Now, Boone received a 3-year contract extension with the club with an option for 2025. And once you factor in that Brian Cashman will be back for 2022 as the Yankees general manager, the Yankees have their brain trust in play. Now, I'm not surprised that Boone is coming back because I said over the summer, and I said this several times, you can check the podcast on that the Yankees were going to do just enough for Boone and Cashman to keep their jobs, which is exactly what happened. You go back to that lengthy winning streak that the Yankees had coming down the stretch, they slumped. Then they were able to turn it around to fend off both the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays to get the final wild card spot in the American League. Now, of course, the Yankees had a very short stay in the postseason as they were shown the door by their arch rivals, the Boston Red Sox, in the AL wildcard game. Now, we saw the Yankees shake up their coaching staff as several coaches are not returning, but Boone decided to stay on in spite of the fact that he had to show some of his guys the door. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I will keep saying it, is that Boone and Cashman should both be thankful that they don't have to answer to George Steinbrenner, but the son Hal instead, because I guarantee you, Brian Cashman would have been gone several years ago, and Aaron Boone would have joined him. And it's just with Hal right now, you know what? He doesn't really want to rock the boat, in spite of the fact that, you know what? The Yankees have not, believe it or not, they have not won a World Series championship in 12 years. And I know that there are fan bases that out there that will say, well, you know what, that's nothing. But the thing is, the Yankee fans expect a little bit more. And, believe it or not, some people are going to like me for what I'm about to say. Some people are not. That's cool. Yankee fans got spoiled in the late 90s and early 2000s with the way that they were winning world championships. It doesn't come that easy. And I mean, we've seen the Yankees still be a contender. This team has not had a losing record since 1992, which is tremendous. But nonetheless, the expectations are always high in the Bronx. And, going into the offseason, the Yankees definitely need to upgrade their starting pitching. Are they going to go out there and get somebody like Steven Matz or Marcus Stroman? We'll have to wait and see. Are they going to be willing to spend money as well? We'll have to wait and see on that. But the bottom line with who they have, the Yankees need to get more out of Garrett Cole. He was 16-8, but he faltered when the Yankees needed him the most, and most importantly, in that wild card game, he simply did not come through for New York. The American League East is once again going to be difficult. And I think for 2022, the Yankees are going to have to find a way to win it. You look at the Blue Jays, they're young and hungry and they're coming. The Rays are still going to be contentious, and so are the Red Sox. So the Yankees have to find a way to get out in front and get ahead of all of these teams and set the pace. And it's going to be easier said than done. But nonetheless, they have to find a way to do it. The Red Sox on their current run, and I know that they're currently down 3-2 in the ALCS to the Houston Astros, but nonetheless, it's not going to help things with the Yankee fan base to see the Red Sox advancing. And they still have a shot to win the ALCS and get to the World Series. But nonetheless, that definitely is not going to help things, or it definitely isn't helping things right now. The Yankees, you look at them and you have to say, will anything change for them next year? And unfortunately, the answer is going to be no, because I've said this for several years now. The Yankees need somebody new in charge calling the shots. Brian Cashman has been there for far too long. He's very comfortable with what he does. And you need new voices in the room to get that message across. A couple of years ago, Brian Cashman basically, put all the blame on Joe Girardi. And then you brought in Aaron Boone. The Yankees still are making the playoffs, obviously, but the thing is, making the playoffs and making those championship strides are two different things. You look at it, the Yankees' offense really faltered this year. And when you think about who they have on the roster, that's very baffling. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be more of the same. The Yankees, they're going to have those flashes next season when they look real good. and they're going to have flashes when they look real bad. So, if you're a Yankee fan, you have to prepare for it. And this is what happened. I mean, there are plenty of Yankee fans out there that are not thrilled to see Aaron Boone back as the team's manager. It's going to be more of the same. It's going to be a bad summer rerun for all of those Yankee fans out there who want to see this team win a title. The Yankees are going to be good, but they're not going to be championship good. And in the Bronx, for this team with the pinstripes, that simply ain't going to cut it. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.